Hey guys, my name is Khanpeki, and I have a video here that you may not have expected. In Pokken, every stage is different, as you know. They may be different sizes, and they obviously all look and feel different with different backgrounds and even Easter eggs or references. What you may not know is that many stages have another very competitive difference that I don't believe people are taking advantage of as much as they should. This difference is the synergy orbs that appear on each stage. The synergy orbs that appear are far from random. Taking advantage of the orbs that appear should give you an advantage over your opponent. So now, I'll detail how the orbs appear on each stage. I hope you enjoy and learn something. On the Blue Dome stage, alright, so it starts out, it's a large 20 by 20 meter circle, and it spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds in field phase. And as with every other stage you'll hear, it can only spawn those synergy orbs 7 times per field phase, which is a lot. You'll probably switch into dual phase at least sometime before it at like 70 seconds, because it will need 70 seconds to spawn 7 times in each field phase. Okay, so let me explain how this works with the Blue Dome stage, which is a large 20 by 20 meter circle stage. Okay, so in field phase, it will spawn 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds, for a maximum of 10 times per field phase. Synergy orbs do not randomly spawn in dual phase, ever. You won't see them, only during field phase, so when it switches into field phase is when you should start looking for these synergy orbs. Alright, so as I said, 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for maximum 7 times per field phase. So you probably won't even hit the 7 times max in the Blue Dome stage, so you don't need to worry about that at all. Because it's obvious you're going to switch into dual phase sometime within 70 seconds. After that, it will spawn 5 to 9 small orbs on a phase shift into field phase. Alright, so you get more as soon as it phase shifts, so you should watch out for those. And then on the final round, which is when both of you are tied and you both only need 1 round to win, it will spawn 1 large synergy orb right in the middle at the start of the round. So you might want to be aggressive at the very start of the final round because there's a synergy orb reward there for you to grab as soon as possible. Anyway, on to the next stage. Dark Colosseum, which is also a large 20 by 20 meter circle. The weird thing about this stage is the only time this stage will spawn synergy is during phase shifts to field phase. But it will always be 1 large synergy orb that instantly fills your synergy bar, which is totally unbalanced and not available online because of it at all. Okay, then there's Dark Colosseum Final, its counterpart, which is for some reason smaller. It's only a 16 by 16 circle, and it never spawns synergy orbs, so players can only gain synergy by normal means, and it's not available online in ranked or friendly mode, just as the normal Dark Colosseum mode isn't either. Then there's Diggersby Land, which is a medium 16 by 16 circle. It will spawn 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 7 times per field phase. You hear that a lot. That's like the default that they put into the game. It'll spawn 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large orb at the start of the final round. Right, then there's Dragon's Nest, probably my favorite stage because the music and the background is just awesome. It's a 16 by 16 meter circle, spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of only 3 times per field phase. So if you really want to build up your synergy, you might want to switch into dual phase a little bit more often. It spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large at the start of the final round. Although this large is not like the Dark Colosseum larges, so don't be confused, it won't instantly fill up your synergy. It's more balanced than that. Then there's the Ferrum Dojo, which is an 18 by 18 stage. It's large-ish. Spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per field phase. Same as the Dragon's Nest, pretty much. And then it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large on the final round. So yeah, very similar to Dragon's Nest. Then there's Ferrum Stadium, which is a largish 18 by 18 meter circle. Spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per field phase, as you heard me say before. And just as with Ferrum Dojo, it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large on the final round. And then there's Haunted House, which is our first oval stage. It's 12 by 20 meters. It spawns 5 to 8 small synergy orbs, and then it gets different. It spawns 5 to 8 small synergy orbs once every 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and 30 seconds. for a maximum of 3 times per field phase. So 5 seconds into the round, it'll spawn some synergy orbs, and then 15, and then 30. So it is different, but every time it does spawn, it gives you more. 5 to 8 is pretty good. You can really fill up your synergy when you pick up those orbs. And then it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift, but not 1 large on the final round. Then there's Magikarp Festival, which is a pretty small stage. It's 14 by 14 meters. Pretty good for rushing down zoning characters like Chandelure, which is always good. It's just like a lot of the stages, it has the default where it spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per field phase. It spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a on a phase shift, and 1 large orb on the final round. Then there's Mystery Carnival, which is a large stage. It's 20 by 20 meters. It's just like that Haunted House stage, where it spawns 5 to 8 small synergy orbs once every 5, 15, and 30 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per phase shift, or per field phase, sorry. There's so many words, I'm mixing them up now. And it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on phase shift and 1 large on the final round. And then there's Neo City, which is a very small stage, just like Magikarp Festival. It is 14 by 14 meters. It has the default, which I really don't feel like saying anymore, but just in case you've forgotten, it spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per field phase, and it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on phase shift and 1 large on the final round. Then there's its counterpart, Neo City Night, which for some reason is way larger. It's 20 by 20 meters, and it has the exact same attributes for why it and when it spawns orbs. Then we have Old Ferrum Town, a stage I like quite a lot. The music is nice, especially the autumn version, but we're at the normal version, so it is actually a 12 by 20 meter oval, and it's different in that it spawns 2 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds. Not too many, but you know, for a maximum of 3 times per field phase. It spawns 1 to 4 orbs on a phase shift and 1 large on the final round. And then there's the Old Ferrum Town Winter, which is actually the exact same in every way except for the way it looks, and the music is better. Then there's Foss Volcano, which is 12 by 20 meters, and it's an oval, and it spawns 1 to 4 small synergy orbs only once per field phase. So it will only spawn them once per field phase, so it's a lot harder to get synergy on Foss Volcano. So if you're a character that really needs synergy like Gengar, you should probably avoid Foss Volcano with all you can, because as I said, it only spawns 1 to 4 small orbs once per field phase, and then it only spawns 4 to 5 small orbs on a phase shift. So you're gonna have a lot of trouble gaining synergy on that stage. Next is Reggie Ruins. It's a 12 by 20 oval, just pretty much all the ovals are, and it has the default 4 to 5 once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per phase shift. Per field phase, and then on a phase shift it spawns 5 to 9 small orbs. So on a phase shift you really have to run for Reggie Ruins, because there's a lot of synergy to be had for the more aggressive player there. Then there's Teller Town, which is an 18 by 18 stage. It spawns 4 to 5 small orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times. It spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large on the final round, but also will spawn 1 to 5 small and 1 to 2 large after a support is activated. So on Teller Town, just use fast supports all the time, because it spawns 1 to 5 small and 1 to 2 large orbs after a support is activated. So it's super important on Teller Town and on the next stage, Teller Town Autumn, to go for those supports and get the synergy for it. Teller Town Autumn is a 20 by 20 circle, for some reason larger than Teller Town. Apparently the change of the season expands stages, just for some reason, don't ask me why. It's the same in every way, except that it spawns 1 to 4 small and 1 large after support is activated. So slightly less, it's less important, but still super important to be careful about supports on Teller Town. Next is the Training Gym, which is a pretty cool stage because there's actually 2 different kinds of gyms. In case you didn't know, there's like the Power Training Gym and the Speed Training Gym. So watch out for those 2, it's pretty cool. It's an 18 by 18 meter stage. It spawns 4 to 5 small synergy orbs once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 3 times per field phase. And just as with the default for many stages, it spawns 1 to 4 small orbs on a phase shift and 1 large on the final round. Well, I hope you learned something from this video. That should cover all the stages in the game, which are really cool stages, and I'm really happy that the team made such interesting and diverse and different stages for this game, because it's super important, and All the stages look different and sound different and play differently. And as you knew from the size difference that they would play differently, you might have not known about the Synergy Orbs, which is why I made the video. I hope you enjoyed. My name is Khanpeki, and I hope you have a great day.